Okay, so I suppose we are live. Yeah, let's dive in. Okay, if you saw the previous video 3.4, you will notice that something got messed up, you know. Uh, some kind of misconfiguration happened, and you can't even read the text in the screen. So I hope now it is working again. And allow me 5 minutes from this 3.5 session. We are here. Allow me to 5 minutes. For you to see what happened in the other video, the solution, because otherwise it won't be complete, because of the misconfiguration of this window. Okay, yeah. So what happened was that first we took care of this number. Okay, because we don't want negative numbers, since we are not adding extra validation in the function. You can do it, and you can then change over here the number. The other thing is that we switch the parameters, because the book want us to use first the list and then the number. Then we went here and wrote our function drop polymorphic source with our list of type my list of A, and then a number, and we were returning my list of A, and we did like a pattern matching over the list. In the case of, look, I don't remember. In the case of then probably the variables were named different. Let's call it X. Response of X. Something will happen, and if not, case nil. I wonder if I was surprised that the editor is offering actually this suggestion. It's great. You can put an underscore over here instead of nil. Let's use nil. Okay, and if the list is nil, well, we can return nil, or we can return as the list, the original list, because the list is same. I'm not sure if I am actually replicating the things that we showed yesterday. Now in this case, if n, we use an if, you can use a match. If n equals 0, then x else. We were calling recursively calling with recurse over the list, but now passing our inputs decreased. Okay, this is what we wrote yesterday. I also don't know if you can hear me. Now we are experimenting two errors that we weren't experimenting yesterday. You're missing something. It's like different. Okay. Now it is complaining about missing letters. Okay, this incompatible combinations of tabs. Okay, actually let's do this. Because if you remember, the case was generated, so I'm not sure if that brought some spaces. Okay, then it should work now. Let us see. If not, wrong number of argument patterns, or I am using this symbol, this column. It is from Haskell. So for us, it's const and two parameters. Okay. Now and that didn't happen yesterday, and this happened yesterday with other values, but this was shown in the video, and the solution was the explanation was that in here we were returning only the tail, but in fact when there is no more elements to drop, n equals 0, and look at this, 0 on this, you won't be dropping anything, and in here you have somehow the seed for you to use over here. Okay, x and this was our final result. Again, it was a little different, because in the sense that we didn't hit the spaces versus tab, but we did hit this part, it's confusion, and that was for yesterday. Sorry about that. Well, actually, it has to be, if I didn't do this, you won't be able to see that video, because the content is not like, you can actually see it. So let's close this And finally, for today, I'm sorry for, uh, you know, putting two exercises on the same video. Okay. This is our 3.5 dropWhile. Here is the test. And the test is failing. Let us see how much time. I don't know what me and the time. What's wrong with me and the time? I always tend to look at the time. I'm not sure why. Well, 10 minutes. Hopefully this will take us, I don't know, a few minutes without rushing and without, you know, the whole point here is to provide comments over the code instead of you just see me typing. Okay, we have dropWhile. Let's write it. I'm not getting any money from the book author, so neither I am asking for it. I am doing this because I happen to like Scala, but I'm saying this because this is a good book, you know. So if you can afford it, grab your copy from Manning or any other library, and do this, you know, promoting this without anything else. It is a good book. I also recommend this one, Programming in Haskell. Actually, this helped me a lot. And in the preface of this book, Martin Odersky says that maybe it is not the case anymore with this book, Programming in Scala, Functional Programming in Scala, that you have first to tackle Haskell and then go into Scala. But you can, with the help of this book, go directly to functional programming, study functional programming without first going to Haskell. But still, the author Michael Pierce recommends to take a look at Haskell in the wiki notes in the official repository for this code, because of the approach to computation that Haskell has. Besides, hopefully you have enough time and you can read the two books. I don't know. Let's stop the chit chat and put the code, write the code. Okay, now let's. They are asking for dropWhile. Again, parametric. And they will be sending us a list. Let's call it task again. Looks like my list, because we decided to write this instead of list to be very explicit that it is our list. What else? They have this a boolean. And the answer, the final result is a list. But since this is a predicate, again the window is like no. Since this is a predicate, let's call it P. In the book it says yes, but you know. Yeah, what else? Okay, look at this predicate from A to boolean. since in our test we are testing for ints, list of ints, we have written this predicate is pair that checks that any number n of type int is divisible by 2, is even. Now here is another way to write this same computation. Look at this. Beautiful. It's up to you. And now we have my list, which is here, and we have is pair, the predicate, which is this, and we will be dropping elements from A, from the list, from the A's from the list, as long as they fulfill or pass the predicate, fulfill the predicate. Yeah, no, I don't know what word do you happen to use. How do you go about writing this function? Again, butter machine. Again, this is we won't get pulled again, say the who, so we start by, you know, fixing this. Okay, case cons x and x's and something, and what happens if the thing is anything else. Then nothing will be dropped, nothing can be done, and we can return the ace or nil, I don't know. Now in here we have an x, an element from ace, and we test for the predicate b. See, x of type A, we got this, it will return a boolean. So if b of x, then what will happen? We will drop it. We will drop it. We will drop the element. How we are going to drop that element? I suppose by calling dropWhile, you know, recursively calling dropWhile and sending the tail and sending the peak. Else, what will happen if the element doesn't pass the test over here? I suppose then it won't be removed from the list. So yeah, so I suppose we need to return the list with the element. Let's hope for the better, and let's click run, and you know, if this thing doesn't work, okay, it was fast. The test dropWhile implementation, okay, fast 100 test. And of course we are using structural recursion. You can in your lunch time, or when traveling from the office to your home, or from your home to your office, uh, in the bus, like write the tail recursive version of this dropWhile. A good exercise. Or any other spare time that you have in your hands. Okay, I suppose there's nothing more for us to say over here. You know all of this. Okay. That's it. Let us, as the exercise grow in complexity or become more, challenging, I will put in myself a limit of 1 hour. Okay, so don't expect me to be like 5 hours live solving some sort of very hard or very challenging problem. So we will put limits in the next sections from this. It's okay. Happy weekend. Be happy. As Professor or Dr. Eric Meyer says, happy hacking. And thank you very much for your time. Bye.